Jesse, but I won't be apologizing for my whiteness, just as you don't need to apologize for your blackness. It's not white people working to divide America. It's you. You and Beyonce and Jada Pinkett Smith and Al Sharpton. Do you see yourself as a victim? If so, I feel sorry for you. For someone who wants equal rights, it sure sounds like you prefer special treatment. It sure sounds like you'd like a gold star at the end of the day just for being born. Get over yourself. You're not a humanitarian. You're not a unifier. You're not teaching black children to go forth and conquer. You're teaching them to feel sorry for themselves. Nice work, and how about you sit down? Those are my final thoughts. God bless. Take care.
Blasting like crazy. So here we are again, folks. You know me in politics, I don't like them. And unfortunately, my hands are up and I have no peace in my hands. Let's look at this from the brass tacks of exactly what it is. We're here today to talk about an old friend of ours. And everybody knows who she is because we've all sat here and talked about her in the past. Her name is Tomi Lahren. Now, this little podunk white girl from Rapid City, South Dakota. Yes, I cannot say podunk white girl. You don't like that one? How about a conservative cunt? How about that? Yes, I can actually say this because there really ain't shit that you or your political guys can do about it. There ain't really much Republicans can do. There ain't really much that Democrats do. Hell, no politician can touch me. That's the beauty of this country. Now, obviously, why the hell would I be literally concerned about Tomi again? Well, here we are. Tomi took another shot at Black America. And I say Black America because I have yet to hear her go off on white America yet. Instead, she spent the majority of her time in the last 5 months defending her stance in regards to the Beyonce debacle from the Super Bowl, and of course, saying that white America is not doing anything that Black America is doing. Okay, let's see if we can run down a list here. You named Beyonce and Al Sharpton and a whole host of other men and women who are African Americans, who literally personify exactly what we are all about. So apparently we can't have a voice, because if we have a voice and we start voicing our opinions, then dumb broads like Tomi here would actually sit here and get pissed off about it. So since she basically decided to pick on the privileged TV actor known as Jesse Williams. Now, let's just, before we even do that, Jesse Williams, as many of you know, is an actor from Grey's Anatomy. He plays Jackson Avery and has his own nice little podcast. He literally is very active around the world. He's a man who came from nothing and turned it into something. And that's the part that's pissing Tomi off. No, Jesse Williams is not privileged. He busted his ass and earned his stripes like everybody else. We're talking about a man who was a former teacher who decided to become something more than himself. He didn't have to have it to the point where basically he had to rely on One America News Network to actually make himself popular. In fact, it's almost safe to say that anybody who pretty much argues with this child literally is going to get the short end of the stick. It's probably going to end up sitting here getting reamed by the conservatives who are just sitting there on their asses doing absolutely nothing. We got to bear this in mind. Tomi is a Republican. Well, that's mistake number one. Number two, she was born in South Dakota. There ain't really much to do in Rapid City except start bar fights and drink beer and play hockey. That's a little knock to you, Rapid City Rush. So that tells you exactly I know what I'm talking about. Tomi, I'm a sports guy. I'm a sports guy who loves talking about sports, who loves blogging about sports, loves writing about sports, loves doing shows about sports. So why the hell am I talking about you? Again. You want to talk about basically you're the one that's on point? Here's a newsflash for you, sweetheart. You're not on point. You're 23 fucking years old. You are literally not old enough to even know exactly who the president was. And let's talk about this one for a second. You were talking about basically how there were whites that were actually trying to defend that oppression back in the Civil War, the bloodiest war in U.S. history. I'm guessing obviously the start of World War II didn't count when Pearl Harbor. I'm guessing, September 11th didn't really mean shit either. I'm guessing all these didn't matter. Bottom line is, Tommy, let me educate you for a minute. You're literally an idiot. That's the nicest way I can actually put it. You don't know a damn thing about politics because you've been hanging around Republicans all your life. You may come from a military family, Jill, but you really don't know shit about it. Apparently, if you were so good, you would have graduated from, I don't know, maybe USC or maybe even University of Texas. No, you're a UNLV graduate who managed to get lucky enough to sit here and rub elbows with the right people. I'm not going to say what else you have been doing to basically earn your position, but I'm guessing that when it comes down to it, you just wanted that moment, that opportunity to be able to take a shot at whoever the hell is pissing you off. Now let's sit here and talk about One America news. One America, it's kind of a walking contradiction in itself. We are the divided states of America because of the fact that apparently on this side, if you're white, you're right. But on this side, if you're not white, you're not right. And that's basically including everybody. That's including African Americans. That's including Latino Americans. That's including Asian Americans. That's including anybody who basically is not of Caucasian descent or Irish descent or European descent or slack-jawed yokel, bang my sister before I went to the military descent. And it's probably a knock on you. I'm probably thinking in my head that maybe that military background is the reason why you love to scream your head off constantly, over and over and over and over. But it makes no difference. You're not accomplishing anything, except for the fact that you have literally proven that you say you're not a racist, but yet you literally made it clear that what Jesse Williams did was the same thing Beyonce did. The same thing Al Sharpton's doing. So I guess it's the same thing that Malcolm X did, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and Abraham Lincoln. What did all three of those men have in common? Oh, right. They all got killed. They all got assassinated. Malcolm X was assassinated by his own brethren, his own brothers. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated by a racist white man who didn't like the fact that people actually coming together of different races and actually singing "We Shall Overcome." And Abraham Lincoln? Well, he was the man who pretty much wanted to end slavery altogether. Look how well that worked out. He was attending a show and got a bullet in the back of his head. And for what? Because of the exact war that you literally wanted to use as your defense? Was also a catalyst to the rest of what was going to happen. And don't give me this crap about this oppression doesn't exist. Jesse Williams hit it on the head. He hit it dead on the head. The fact that you had enough audacity to come out of nowhere and literally make it clear that anybody who basically is black doesn't deserve a voice, that's an insult to me. Now, where do I fit into this little equation of yours? Well, I'm not Jesse Williams. I'm not Beyonce. I'm not Al Sharpton. I'm not Jesse Jackson. I'm not Dr. Martin Luther King. I'm not Malcolm X. I'm not Abraham Lincoln. I'm not Charlemagne. I'm not even a member of Destiny's Child. Hell, I'm not even a member of Jay-Z's entourage. I'm just an African American who's actually trying to build himself back up to the top, who's actually trying to make something of himself. But when I literally sit here and I literally have my entire inbox flooded with people asking me, what is this broad's problem? And I'm kind of curious about that one. Is this that conservative cunningness of yours that basically comes out? Is it the fact that basically you spent the vast majority of your life literally sitting here kissing ass to basically get to where you are? I mean, let's be as realistic as possible. We know why One America actually sat here and put you on television. Pretty face, tight little body, perky breast. So far, all you've done is sit here and scream into a camera from a teleprompter. You want to know what I got as far as basically my script? Nothing. All I have is basically what's right here in front of me. And the thing is that gets me the most about it is that you kind of have this thing where you take bashes at everything. And everything is literally becoming too much for you. You've bashed Obama. You've bashed the Black Panthers. You've bashed practically everything that you can get your hands on. And for what? So your Republican mates can sit here and possibly consider you when they want somebody to talk to the media in the White House? That's cute. You want to know who else is a good Republican for you there, Tommy? Donald Trump. Yeah. I want you to think about that one before you start sitting here trashing everybody. And let's just get it all out right here and now. Let's get it all out. Tommy, I'm going to say this from the bottom of my heart. 5 minutes ago, you were a wet dream and an Army brat's jockstrap. That's it. You haven't really done anything to basically earn your spot. It's just that if a company wants to sit here and make themselves available, make themselves good, make themselves useful, that, hell, let's just sit here and get some ditzy white girl who graduated from some shitty college and is coming from some shitty town and give her the world. You went from Rapid City, South Dakota to deep in the heart of Texas. And ever since then, you've been making it your business to get into our business. So now we're going to make it our business to get into your business. See, while Jesse Williams has the data, your boys have, well, you. Doesn't really bode well for you, really. I mean, let's be as realistic as possible there, Tommy. You really don't have many prospects outside of it. I'm sure Fox News will want to bring you in whenever Bill O'Reilly finally sits here and kicks over and dies, but we know that won't happen anytime soon. But I'm going to give you the best compliment in the world, though, Tommy. You do remind me of somebody else. Another dumb, crazy, kooky, insane, bitchy, whiny, conservative, bee-bagging, twat-waffling cunt bomb who didn't know when to just shut her damn mouth either and let us speak our piece. I want you to be able, I want you to do something for me, Tommy. When you're done actually hearing this, and you will hear this because you will be somewhere in the midst of it, I want you to go over to your little Twitter page, you know, with all those infamous little followers that you have because they're all about your views. I want you to go to that Twitter page, and I want you to search the name Nancy Grace. Now, Nancy Grace is also the one who basically took it upon herself to basically take a few shots at the African Americans in America as well. And that didn't bode well for her because she pissed off the wrong people. So much so, in fact, that she caught the actual attention of, coincidentally enough, me. Now, since then, Nancy Grace is kind of minding her P's and Q's, but there's still a part of her that literally wants to take a Corona bottle and shove it up her ass. Maybe see if we can actually get a good drink out of that one. The fact is that, Tommy, you basically spend all this time sitting here bashing and trashing everybody because of the fact that we have an opinion that is complete opposite of you. That we think differently than you do. So I guess in your case, as long as we're sitting there throwing touchdown passes and slamming that ball to that big giant hoop, or for that matter, doing a little dance with a fucking hockey stick and sitting here slapping that puck into that. But as long as we're not sitting here saying anything, then we're good. As long as we take the Marshawn Lynch approach, right? Where we just leave it to one sentence and say it over and over whenever y'all ask us a question. Did you not expect Black America to actually have a voice? Did you not expect them to actually have something to say? Did you not expect us to defend our president? I'm pretty sure that when your Republican president finally gets his ass into office and he does something stupid, you will be defending him till the cows come home, while the rest of the